Have you ever had the chance to see some wild plants in a movie that made you terrified? Isn't it unbelievable that some of these plants truly exist? They're called carnivorous plants. Though these plants are not dangerous to humans as portrayed in movies, they are capable of eating insects and even small mammals. The looks of these plants are scary. What makes a plant carnivorous is its ability to trap, eat small insects and animals and digest them. Carnivorous animals, unlike other plants, derive most of their nutrients from the prey they consume. Here, we're going to present you the top 10 carnivorous plants that will terrify you. First up on our list, we have the Venus flytrap, which is native from North Carolina. The Venus flytrap is an infamous plant that uses a snapping trap to catch a prey after it lures them in with its sweet smell and fluorescent blue glow. Its leaves are wide open. On the leaves are stiff hairs called triggers or sensitive hairs. If insects touch this hair enough to bend them, the two leaves that are widely open immediately snap within a second. Venus flytrap doesn't waste its energy on false alarms. It only closes if touched in successions within seconds of each other. Its common prey are flies, ants, beetles and other insects. Even the frogs are no exception. Imagine a plant feeding on a frog. That's terrifying. Once it snaps shut on any prey, it takes 10 days to consume the prey, with red sap and open to reveal the exoskeleton. The Venus flytrap is also known as Dionea muscipula. Do you have enough wit to put your finger into the snap of a Venus flytrap? Oh, nah, you're not brave enough. Venus flytrap cannot hurt a human being. If a human being puts its finger into it, more harm will be done to the plant than the human being. Venus flytraps can live up to 20 years and sometimes longer. Before moving on to the next terrifying carnivorous plant, ensure you click on the like button, subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future updates from this channel. Also, make sure you watch this video to the end, because at the end, you'll get to know that you have been eating some carnivorous plants. Next up is the cobra lily, which is native from North Carolina. The cobra lily, also called the California pitcher plant, is a special carnivorous plant. Just like the name, a cobra lily looks kind of like a cobra. It has the shape of a cobra with its head curled up ready to strike. It's endemic to the Northern Carolina and Southern Oregon. Cobra lily lures insects to its pitcher trap through the sugary nectar. Insects continue to gorge on the nectar, which leads to the danger zone of the plant. The danger zone is the downward facing openings. Once an insect gets inside the cobra lily, the insect becomes confused by the light shining through the transparent windows, called fenestrations, at the top of the chamber. Insects are drawn to the light thinking it's an exit, but it's just to frustrate their efforts to death. After a lot of tries, the insect gets tired and eventually drowns in a puddle of fluid at the bottom of the pitcher. The cobra lily feeds on aphids, beetles, caterpillars and many other insects. Now, number 3 on this list, we have the SUNDEW from the Cape in Southern Africa. The SUNDEW is one of the largest genera of carnivorous plants, with 194 species. It captures its prey by producing from stalked glands an adhesive, or glue, which captures and holds the insect fast. SUNDEWs are flypaper plants that trap prey in sticky hairs on their leaves. They make up one of the largest groups of carnivorous plants. It has long tentacles that protrude from its leaves, each with sticky glands that attract prey to the plant. But actually, this sticky gland would bring horrible death to them. These glands look like dew glistening in the sun. Once an insect becomes stuck, nearby tentacles coil around the insect, crushing the prey. It's also known as Drosera. SUNDEWs can achieve a lifespan of about 50 years. Now for number 4 on this list, we have the water wheel plant, which is native to Europe, Asia, Africa and Australia. The water wheel plant is a submerged aquatic plant, first discovered by botanists in 1696 and studied by the likes of Charles Darwin. Shockingly, this terrifying plant species has been living for almost forever. It captures small aquatic invertebrates using traps similar to those of the Venus flytrap. The traps are arranged in whorls around a central, free-floating stem, giving rise to the common name. The water wheel plant is one of the 2 plant species capable of rapid movement. Although the water wheel plant also photosynthesizes, it needs to eat prey to get enough nutrients to grow. And while its trap may be small, only up to 1 centimeters long, it can efficiently catch tiny insects, even small fish and tadpoles. It also feeds on eelworms and daphnia that venture into their traps and bump into their trigger hair. Did I forget to say, it takes 100 milliseconds for the snapping leaves to close upon its prey. It's one of the fastest movements in the animal kingdom. It actually has one of the largest and most disconnected distributions of any flowering species, growing in more than 40 countries across 4 continents. Number 5 is the tropical pitcher, which can be found in Australia, Madagascar, Papua New Guinea, the Seychelles, South Asia and Sri Lanka. The tropical pitcher is also known as monkey cup because monkeys usually drink rainwater from them. It grows in places with nutrient-deficient soils. To survive, these plants evolved special mechanisms to allow them to entice, capture and digest insects and other prey that give them the nitrogen and phosphorus they need to grow. It comprises about 170 species, and they modify their leaves, known as pitfall traps, a prey trapping mechanism featuring a deep cavity filled with digestive liquid. The plants attract and drown their prey with this nectar. Number 6 on our list is the trumpet pitcher, which is native to eastern North America. This pitcher belongs to the family of Sarraceniaceae. It's a carnivorous plant comprising of 8 to 11 species of North American pitcher plants. It's a low-lying carnivorous plant that uses pitcher-shaped leaves to catch arthropod prey for nutrients. Spiders make a significant portion of these preys. Trumpet pitchers, just like other pitcher plants, are coated in a slippery wax. Most insects cannot escape once they've landed on the plant and slipped right down into the pitcher. Digestion occurs over several hours. The trumpet pitcher, often referred to as American pitcher plant, may be the ravenous and underappreciated plant in horticulture. The bizarre and often handsome leaves can attract thousands of flies, ants and wasps. Their flowers are showy, brilliant and very unusual. Now for number 7 we have the Byblis, which is native to South Australia, Madagascar, Papua New Guinea, the Seychelles, Southeast Asia and Sri Lanka. Byblis is a small genus of carnivorous plants, sometimes termed the rainbow plants for the attractive appearance of their mucilage-covered leaves in bright sunshine. Byblis is sticky-leaved plants resembling the sundews. There are currently 8 recognized species of the genus Byblis. They have a mucilage-tipped tentacles used for trapping and sessile glands which secrete digestive enzymes and absorb the products of digestion. An interesting carnivorous feature of the Byblis is that the perennial Byblis appears to practice digestion and absorption exclusively at night. The leaves have 2 distinct types of glands, one that secretes a shimmering glue to lure the insects in, and mosquitoes and gnats don't stand a chance. They land on a droplet expecting a tasty snack, but instead they get stuck. As they struggle, they come into contact with more glue and eventually die from exhaustion and suffocation. What a terrible death. Number 8 is the butterwort, which originated in Central America. The butterwort, commonly known as Pinguicula, is a carnivorous flowering plant in the family of Lentibullariaceae. They use sticky, glandular leaves to lure, trap and digest insects to supplement the poor mineral nutrition they obtain from the environment. The majority of the plant is perennial. Most people are familiar with carnivorous plants such as the Venus flytrap and pitcher plants, but others have evolved as predatory organisms and they might be right under your feet. But don't be scared. The butterwort plant is a passive trapper which doesn't usually use movement to snare its prey. The leaves are soft greenish yellow color, which probably led to the name. It could also be a slightly greasy or buttery feel to the leaves. These plants form rosettes and blooms in spring with yellow, pink, purple or white flowers. The plant's leaves have a coating of insect trapping resin. The prey of choice for these tiny plants is gnats, which give up valuable nitrogen for plant use. Now for number 9, we have the Brocchinia reducta, native to southern Venezuela, Brazil, Colombia and Guinea. Brocchinia reducta is one of the few carnivorous bromeliads. It's native to southern Venezuela, Brazil, Colombia and Guinea, and it's found in nutrient-poor soil. Brockenia reducta adapts to different environments. When growing on rocks, it uses its roots as anchors. It has a tall, tabular, erect whorl of light grain waxy leaves and that are slippery to insects. The leaves form a water-collecting barrel where insects are trapped and drown. With the help of bacteria to decompose this material, the plant then absorbs the nutrients. Some folks may be surprised that bromeliads are carnivorous. In fact, pineapple, an example of a plant that belongs to the same family as the Brockenia reducta, is a carnivorous plant that can only eat small insects since they're not built to trap larger animals. Ha, it's hilarious. I hope you don't stop eating pineapples though. Finally on this list for number 10 is the RORIDULA, the west and southwest of the Western Cape province of South Africa. RORIDULA is a carnivorous shrub-like plant native to the Cape of South Africa. Unlike other types of carnivorous plants, they produce water-based dew secretions. It produces extremely sticky resin-based dew that won't rinse off in the rain. It cannot digest trapped bugs directly for nutrients, and instead relies on a symbiotic relationship with a local species of assassin bugs. The bugs are specially adapted to navigate the sticky tentacles of the RORIDULA, eating other trapped insects and in turn fertilizing the plant by leaving their dropping on the leaf surface. In cultivation, applying diluted fertilizer to the leaves regularly can be used as a substitute for feeding. So, which plant is the most terrifying? Have you ever seen one in real life? What do you think about horror movies featuring carnivorous plants? Well, let us know in the comments section. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on more interesting facts and much more. Check out the playlist of our videos from the brain drain, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.